Let's face it, not everybody has time for a luxurious vocal warm-up before their gig or live stream, but you still want to sound your best. And even though I'm a vocal coach and I'll always tell you that a vocal warm-up is the most important thing you can do before a gig, I've also worked with lots of singers that are in the position where they have to sing for 2-hour, 3-hour, or even 4-hour sets. For these singers, warming up for 30 minutes to an hour before these really long sets is just a really great way for them to tire out their voices and fatigue themselves. So instead, they prefer to warm up into their set list. But you also don't want to jump into singing really difficult songs totally cold and starting from zero. That, of course, is a recipe for vocal strain. However, there's a very special method to organizing your set list so that 1, you don't wear out your voice, but 2, you also get a great vocal warm-up along the way. Hi, my name is Matt from RamseyVoice.com and Ramsey Voice Studio here on YouTube, and here's how to organize your set list to help you warm up. Now, I'm going to recommend that you start thinking about your set list in 4 different parts. For a helpful visual, think about the bell curve that we learned all about in high school being broken down into 4 parts. This is how I want you to start thinking about using your voice over the period of your set. And this curve demonstrates how I think that you should be thinking about using your voice in terms of range and also difficulty and energy over time. In the first part of your set, you want to start off really easy with songs that tend to stay in the lower end of your vocal range. This is something that we call chest voice in the singing world. In general, you want these songs to be quite easy for you to sing. Think maybe no more than a 4 or a 5 in terms of difficulty and energy that you're expending. But also keep in mind, everybody has their own number system. Everybody has their own limits and their own difficulty levels that they're dealing with. So trust yourself and don't adjust to what you think that other singers are capable of. You know your voice and trust your instincts. In the second part of your set, start working in songs that have either a few high notes or maybe some short sections that have a couple of high notes in them, but are mostly comfortable for your singing voice. You can think of the 80-20 rule here. You want to keep 80% of it in your comfortable range and just 20% outside of that comfortable range. It's okay to work with songs that have a few high notes in them, but remember, we don't want songs that are just high notes. Remember, you're still warming up your voice here, so watch your effort and your volume here. Now, in the third part of your set, your voice should be pretty warmed up by now. At this point, you've supplied additional blood flow to the vocal cords and the vocal tissues. You've also thinned out any of the mucus secretions that may have built up and that we're just all walking around with all the time. Both of these things will tend to make singing in the higher part of your voice its easiest, which means that you are in the prime singing zone right now. So in this third part of your set, you can start working in your most difficult and highest energy songs because this is the safest time to do it. Now, after singing with so much energy, you'll probably be feeling fatigued vocally, but your adrenaline will still be peaking. And this is not a class in how to structure a set list, but just looking at the generalities here, most bands put their most exciting and most emotional songs last. And unfortunately, this is when most singers have their issues. This is the point where it's like the singer has given everything that they possibly have vocally. Their voice is totally gone, and now they're having the crowd sing all of the choruses. But if you've been following my tips in my guide so far, you should actually be in a really good place vocally right now. So in the fourth and final part of your singing set, start playing your absolute best songs, but bring your effort level and the amount of the high notes that you're singing and the amount of time that you're spending in those more difficult parts of your voice, bring those back down to a 4 or a 5, or bring that down to a place where most of it's quite comfortable for you. At this point, try to opt for the songs that are the most emotionally exciting, but not the most vocally draining. You want to find some songs at this point that are kind of like just from the easier side to just about the middle range of difficulty. Try this outline the next time that you're putting together your vocal set list, and you will be amazed at how much easier it is to sing through your performance. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to check out my main channel at Ramsey Voice Studio, or if you want to download 10 totally free vocal warm-ups, just visit us at ramseyvoice.com.